Good afternoon, everyone. Carrie from down in Texas. How are you on this really hot July 1st? Fitting, huh? That it is the hottest day of the year so far here in Texas. Well, in Houston, anyways. Wanted to come in today and talk about or continue this series on senior pet care. We had our first in-home veterinarian visit on Thursday last week, and this service that we are using is called Blue Pearl Hospice Care for our 11-and-a-half-year-old dog Duke. Now, some people hear that word hospice and they immediately think, oh, death is imminent. And in my own experience, when my mom passed, I learned that that is really a wrong assumption. Hospice palliative care is terminology that helps people who are coming to the end of their life, but it is not a term that means imminent. It is a term that means it could be, some people are in hospice 2 years. Some people in palliative care are even longer than that. It truly just depends on the individual situation. And in this situation, we're actually talking about my dog, Duke, who is an 11-year-old black lab, who has had 2 major ACL surgeries, one when he was 4 and the other when he was 7, 8. So we knew going into that he was going to struggle as he got older with arthritis. We all struggle with arthritis. I am facing shoulder replacement surgery as we speak after 2 surgeries that have fixed an immediate problem but not the chronic problem. And we knew this was going to happen with Duke. We were doing all we could to prepare him physically for that, with medications and food and supplements, and but you cannot stop natural progression. There is no cure for arthritis for humans or animals. So we had his original, or his first intake physical evaluation, where they come to our home, they check our home, they make recommendations if we've missed something in the home to help his quality of life. They do a complete physical on him. In this case, they drew an outstanding senior panel of blood work that we sort of were waiting for this to happen, for this intake to happen. Our dog suffers with extreme stress in the vehicle. He hates being in the vehicle. He has extreme separation anxiety from me because he was my service dog, and he literally has been attached to my hip for 11 years. So he has 2 really big traumatic stresses that he deals with daily: separation and then fear and anxiety in the car. And so at this stage, we are really trying our very best to eliminate both of those things. So the logical assumption for us was in-home veterinary care. And luckily we found Blue Pearl. We have used them for one of his actual ACL surgeries. So we know the clinic very well. We know the doctors very well. We've had a surgery there plus 2 other emergency situations there. So there was really no question about them and the services they provided. It was just understanding the process. The lady, the vet that came out, and her assistant were phenomenal. They were so great with Duke. He's such an easy dog anyways, but as you get older, you don't feel well, so you just you never know. He would never hurt anybody, but you just don't know when you're hurting and you're uncomfortable. You just don't know how anybody's going to react, whether you're a human or an animal, right? And so they were so incredibly good with him. They were caring and loving and gentle and completely thorough, which is what made me extremely happy. Gave us a really good sense of what we need to do, what we need to potentially change, if we needed to change medications, which potentially may happen depending on blood work results. and just a confirmation and reaffirmation that Bill and I, my husband and I, have done everything we possibly can to help him be in the best position and shape that he can be in at this moment. And that is a really good feeling to know we haven't missed something. And our whole purpose behind using this is to give him the best quality of life that we can, because we are not going to be objective, because he means so much to us. So we need to have that third party that can say, okay, this is what we need to do, you're missing this, this is where we need to go, this is the procedure we need to do, or ultimately, his quality of life is not where it needs to be. And to be able to say that to us, because even though we say we can get there, that's a huge, huge life-changing decision for him, obviously, but for us too, because we have both experienced that before, and it was extremely traumatic for both of us. We had 2 dogs. I handled one and Bill handled the other, and it scarred us emotionally. And I think that's why we are where we are with this, is that we know that we're going to need somebody that can say to us, because we do love him so much and we don't want to lose him, but be objective enough to say, okay, but you're missing what's going on, and it's really not fair to him. And ultimately, that's what this is all about, making him as comfortable, to give him whatever time he has left to be the best he can, the most comfortable, so he doesn't suffer. He doesn't deserve that. He has given us 11 and a half amazing years of unconditional love, and we owe this to him, to give him the very best that we can, to make him as comfortable as can, to give him his meds and his routine and his care in a place that he loves, which is in our home. So he is officially within the hospice care team. It is one of those things that, if he really improves, we may not need to continue it, but at least we are enrolled and he is in the system and in the program. And for me, going away overseas for almost 2 full weeks, I need to know from me that Bill and Duke have the immediate emergency services in the event something happens while I am not here. I need that peace of mind, and that is one of the greatest gifts that this program can give me, is I know that if something happens, he picks up the phone, and within whatever allotted amount of time they need, they will be here and they will help him get through whatever it is that potentially happens. So would I recommend? Yes, I would. Animals are family members in our household, and not everybody agrees with that, and that's okay. That's your choice. I just personally believe if you're going to have a pet and they provide you unconditional love and you brought them into your home, then it's your responsibility to make sure that you do everything you can for that pet so they can have their very best life. They don't ask to be brought. You go and find them normally. And so I just think it's the right thing to do. So I would absolutely, if you have a senior animal and you are just wanting to make sure that you're doing everything possible, and any of this resonates with you, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm happy to talk to you in more specifics about the program, what it takes to get into the program, what it costs to get into the program, the ongoing cost, and any other specifics that you might have. After seeing and experiencing my mom's passing, she had a massive stroke. And what I experienced from that point until the day that she passed, our system is not where it needs to be. And it taught me a lot about what I will and will not accept for anyone. any loved one, whether it be my human family or my animal family. And that's one of her legacy gifts to me, is that I really didn't understand what all that looked like. I do now, and I will never compromise my position, whether it be for my loved ones, my humans, or my pets that I love. So I'm happy to share. That's what these videos are about. So if you are in the same situation and you're looking for some additional help for your senior animal, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I think it is well worth your time, your effort, and your peace of mind to know whether or not you are headed in the right direction for your animals, because we owe it to them to make sure that they have the very best time, whatever time that time is remaining, to be happy, content, and be in their happy place. That's what we all want. So this is Carrie, and I would welcome any contact. If you are interested in finding out more details, more specific, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. They are well worth it, and he is well worth it. So I have no hesitation in recommending the program and the provider. God bless. Have a wonderful July 4th weekend. It is already July 4th. I cannot believe that. Where has 6 months gone? And I hope you have a safe, wonderful holiday week and weekend. This is Carrie. God bless.